Hello everybody, Vulcan here, and today I'm going to be bringing you a video on how to get the achievement the old-fashioned way on RWBY Grimm Eclipse. Now, this is arguably the most difficult achievement to get in the game, much more than getting flawless waves and various things like that, which I'll be mentioning, I suppose, later on in the video, I think. So, without further ado, let's get this started. So once again, I'm choosing Emerald Forest because that is the easiest map on which to get achievements for horde mode. On other maps, Forever Fall and Mountain Glen, I would not recommend it simply because oftentimes you have to defend 3 stations at the same time, and that's already very difficult to do with other players. And since we're trying to get the old-fashioned way achievement, you cannot use turrets, and that makes defending 3 stations at once way harder than it needs to be. Excuse me. So, I chose Blake, as you can see. And the reason is because, despite not being best girl, she has the best ranged attack in the entire game. At least as far as Horde Hero is concerned. Blake's ranged attack is extremely useful for Horde mode because it can attack enemies from a very long distance, and since you are going to have to aggro enemies on the regular, doing so from a distance when enemies are attacking a station that you're not able to defend is extremely useful. So as you saw just now, even though I tried to aggro the Beowulf, it was still trying to go after the station, so the stun function came in handy in that instance because it stopped it in its tracks. In this case it wasn't, but it will still come after me. One other thing I like about Blake too is that on the chance that a team attack will get triggered, it chains really well with her regular attacks, and it acts really quickly, so you can get right into fighting another enemy right after you do the team attack. So her combos are really fast in that sense. I did not notice that one there. Okay, so that's the first 3 waves out of the way. And I hope the fact that the first 3 waves were all the ones with the greatest numbers means that the future waves will have tougher enemies, but not very numerous ones, which will make aggroing them easier. Because it's very difficult to aggro tens of enemies all at once. It's possible, but very difficult. Just as predicted, this wave only has 9 enemies. I don't know why I decided to unstun the guy. But as you can see, with the stun function, that's another thing. I don't know if I mentioned this just now, but the other reason I like Blake's attack is because when you're stunning androids in particular, you can do a heavy attack right after you stun them with the ranged attack. And normally what that does is it triggers a team attack. And that allows you to get rid of the android very quickly. So the stun ability is a lot better for Blake's ranged attack compared to her other version, which just does pure damage. The idea for tackling horde mode on your own, especially when you can't use turrets, is to try and aggro as many enemies as you can. Or being able to immobilize them from a distance, at the very least.
Never saw it coming.
You want to generally try and do that anyways. Okay, this was not a good way, so I guess suppose you get to see what I mean about how difficult it can be to aggro multiple enemies.
Every time.
Okay, got lucky on that one. Hopefully I can survive this. Or rather, the stations can survive this. Thankfully, I don't have to deal with 25 enemies appearing simultaneously, all like as soon as the wave starts. Okay, you're gonna follow me. Hopefully. It did not follow me.
Station 3 is being overrun. Station 2 is taking damage.
I'm not taking any chances this time. I'm gonna get rid of you right now and head over to Station 2. Okay, that should take care of the ones closest to the station. Okay, Station 2 is kind of beat up. Station 3 is okay, but not too good. Thankfully, I was able to get rid of 2 androids all at once. Take note, if you know where the spawn points are, try and stick close to them at the start of a wave. Normally you want to try and do that in campaign mode as well. It's one of the reasons why I do so well and often tend to get MVP.
Station 2 is taking damage.
Come to me. Do your heavy attack. Okay, so wave 6, I managed to survive it. Thankfully, the first 2 enemies both spawned virtually in the same spot, so that allowed me to get rid of them quite quickly. Now, this is going to be a very difficult part because you have to survive 4 waves, and these are obviously the 4 most difficult ones at that. So I'm just heading over to Station 4 to trigger the waves. But normally what you want to do is stay at Station 5 where it's easier to defend because, well, no, it's not easier to defend, it's actually harder because when they spawn, when the enemies spawn,
Station 4 needs your
it's very easy for them to get to the station because they spawn very close to it, which is not the case for Station 4. But here is also the other thing that I meant about Blake's heavy ranged attack. Since it has such a good distance, even with the stun function,
Never saw it coming.
you can stun enemies from a very long distance. And that basically allows you to immobilize an enemy from a very long way and stop them from attacking the station. Thankfully, I got the attack in, even though I got hurt. Thankfully, this is the only enemy left, so I don't have to worry about trying to aggro anyone in Station 5. Unfortunately, I didn't do a very good job of defending Station 4, so it's already kind of beat up. So, in the next wave, I'm really going to concentrate hard on trying to aggroing enemies from here.
Station 5 is facing opposition.
Thankfully for me, they took the bait.
Station 4 needs your help.
Okay, let's go to Station 4. Good, the guy's coming after me.
Never saw it coming.
Why did it attack the Ursa? I wanted to attack the android.
I'm striking.
Alright. So Station 4 is still hanging in there by a thread. Well, not by thread, it's still halfway. Half health. Thankfully, this has only 5 enemies.
4 needs your help.
Okay, there's probably other enemies at Station 5, as I thought. So, come to me. I'm gonna focus this one on the Beowulf because it's easier. Not good, not good, not good, not good, not good, not good, not good. Shh. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Nice. Alright, so I managed to survive this as well. Station 4 is 50% health. Station 5 is a little bit more than that.
Gets him every time.
The unfortunate thing is that they don't regain health like I thought they do.
You never saw it coming.
Station 4 needs your help. Station 5 is facing opposition.
I'm striking.
Alright. Only 6 enemies left.
Facing opposition.
If that Ursa had not attacked me just there, I would have gotten it.
Station 5 is critically damaged. Stave off the attack.
Okay.
Now.
Come to me. Come to
Station
me.
4 needs your help.
Alright guys, I think we've got this in the bag. They're in really bad shape, but I only have to deal with 2 more enemies. And the last one, as I expected, is a mutated Beowulf. So that's how you do it, guys. You really need to focus on trying to aggroing as many as possible and make good use of Blake's ranged attack. Now, that's how you get old-fashioned way, with no turrets. And the other achievement that you can get with Blake here is the Horde Master, which is basically where you make sure that the stations have at least, I think, 80 or 85% health. It's one of those two, somewhere around there. Now, the way I would recommend doing that, which I have done already, is do what I did in this video, but use turrets. Because if you can manage to get through this level with Blake without using turrets, and remember how I managed to do it with Yang in my previous video, Horde Hero, just imagine how easy it'll be to do this with Blake with turrets. I might do a video on that as well. I also mentioned about flawless waves, and the easy way to do that is to use Weiss. Weiss's level 2 ranged attack is, in my opinion, even better than her level 3 attack. Her level 2 attack does freeze enemies, if I remember correctly, but it doesn't cause a lot of damage, which is what you want to do, particularly when you're going for flawless waves. So the long and short of it is spam level 2 with Weiss. That's it. So there you have it. That's how you get the achievement old-fashioned way. Hopefully this video helped. Let me know in the comment section down below if it did. Like the video and subscribe to my channel for more, and I will see you soon.